My music. Did you fucking mute me? Oh, no, okay.
No, I didn't mute you.
All right, that's just making sure. I don't want anybody to miss our very important pre-show banter. Do you guys think that our show would be more popular if we all did like an on-air character like Henry from last pod, where we're all just like, there's some things I gotta understand about these fucking idiots. We just
you know, I kind of do, and
yeah,
there's a number of things: the consistency and agenda, like a format. We did it for a while. It was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think we just need it clean enough and like polished enough to barely require any editing, if any at all.
What I think
that was the holdup as well. It started to suck time. You know, it's hard to upkeep. Well, it was really hard to upkeep with 5 people. I could do 3.
Yeah.
It was. Never reads a book again.
It was quite a difficult situation. Having the 3 tracks and trying to figure out which one the sniff was on.
Right.
Like, I mean, I have a pretty good guess that it's about like 1 of 2 people that it's going to be most of the time, but you just never know because anybody can make that disgusting sound with their mouth.
Right. It's like, hey, you want to listen to my rap demo and just a bunch of me going.
I think that one right there is my favorite transition.
That's a good one.
It's understated, but it like really misses the step, and I love it.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Oh, bam, 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 bam! Shelf importance. Can you believe it's the first book we've read with a glory hole?
Oh. No, that can't be true. That cannot be true.
You mean to tell me Johnny Truant didn't have one?
I thought about it, man, and I just don't remember it being the case.
That's skeevy perv.
I know he did like I know he did finger butt stuff.
Wow.
But I don't remember any glory holes. This one came straight from Doria.
That's true.
White glove service and all, man.
I'm going through the hole highlights in my brain here, and I'm like, well, there was that hole that we kept talking about how wet and moist it was in Belcanto, but that was a mouth.
That was a mouth.
And then there was, I feel like
welcome to Shelf Importance, the comedy book club podcast to blend sensibility with vulgarity. I feel like
Patroclus would have been the most likely. I feel like that's probably the closest we got. I don't really remember what series of events led up to that one dude coming on the other dude.
It was feet stuff, wasn't it?
No, I think that was our headcanon.
Okay. Well, I know he was really into his feet because
we did a fan service shipping of Achilles' feet.
Yeah, we even started
and his cousin
started talking about Madeline Miller as being having foot fetish, right?
Yeah, those were the good old days.
Hey, I'm reading a Madeline Miller joint right now. And
no way.
There's no foot stuff.
Cirque?
Cersei. Yeah.
Cersei is what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look how stupid I am.
You're fine.
What was it?
You learned something.
I did.
Like, I'm not trying to say that they're like. I'm not trying to say that there shouldn't be something, but what was it that made you come back and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give Madeline Miller another go? Were you feeling some like Greek? Was it the vibe?
Achilles was good. It wasn't the foot thing was not like the,
People talk about Cersei a lot on the internet.
Yeah, and it sounds like Cersei's the better book. So it was at Costco a year or 2 ago, and I bought it. So it's been sitting on my shelf.
Buying books at Costco doesn't seem like your style.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I mean, it has to be the right one. Like I bought one for the wife tonight because I was going to surprise her, but I don't really like buying books for people because I've had people buy me books and then I don't read them because it's not my kind of book.
Not a fucking chance am I going to read a book if somebody gets it, unless it's Yukon and it's a Broken Sword by.
Did you read it?
Guy. I think I made it like about halfway through, and then got busy with life stuff.
That's cool. That is a phenomenal book. It is
It's
just
cool, yeah.
wild and unexpected for something written at the time that Lord of the Rings was written.
Mhm.
Like they were published very close to the same
1853.
time.
Yes.
And the stuff in this book is something else.
My
Like-
dearest Eliza.
I think the witch turned into somebody hot and like seduced somebody. I'm like, that is not 1940s
It's
material.
it's very wild mythology is what I
Mhm.
was pulling out of it, where I was just like, this was a really like a left turn from where I thought we were going to end up.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the mythology. It very American Gods-esque, where like you have all of these old myths are real and alive and on a hidden plane in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
But then that Christianity is coming and kind of sweeping them away.
That Christianity.
Yeah.
Oh, that Christian.
And but yeah, I bought her. I called her. I was like, hey, there's these books here. And I started reading the back as I was talking to her, and I was like, there's no way this is going to be for her. This sounds like a little kid's book. It had this cute cover on it. Pardon me. And there were 2 by the same author. So I read them off to her. She goes, oh, those are on my list. I've been wanting to read those. Like I downloaded one and started listening to it, and I didn't finish it. And they're like Hallmark movies, the books. So one is like the Pumpkin Spice Latte Cafe and the Gingerbread House something. And so they're like these cute little books. And I was like, I might read them. They just sound kind of low stakes and cozy, and something that get me locked away for not conforming to gender norms. Like just that kind of thing.
Yeah, in America, it's illegal to read romantic novels if you're a boy.
So yeah, she has 3 of those now because I got 2 of them last time. They're usually a good price, Costco books. The problem is like they get a cool, like I picked up one that looked awesome. I was like, it's a hardback. It has a nice heft to it. It's got that new trend of the painted outside of the pages. And
Painted
it seemed
what?
like what?
What kind of paint? Are we talking about a gold edge?
No, it was like purple and black, I think, or something
just
like
a
that.
Design, abstract kind of thing. Love it.
And but I was like, well, this kind of looks like this could be a series, and it was book 2, and I was like, I'm not going to try and hunt down book 1 that looks exactly the same. Like I don't know if I'd be able to find it. Right?
And you're at Costco, so it's just a big
They only have the
pile.
one.
You gotta go digging 30 feet deep to find that sequel.
And they have moved to only selling books around the holidays. So while Christmas decorations are out, because we can say Christmas again, guys,
which is now. Thank God.
When Christmas decorations are out, that's when books will be available. So when those go away, books will probably go away.
We finally made the books go away.
They used to have books all the time.
We did it.
And they moved it to I guess they looked at the data and they're like, we only sell books around Christmas. So that's the only time we're going to carry books.
I feel like my Costco has books year round. Have you considered maybe you just have a booty ass Costco?
No, this is a national news article.
It's maybe got a rogue Costco employee that's like, I'm just going to educate these people. The people deserve these Tom Clancy novels.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but I'm enjoying Cersei. I'm about a quarter of the way through. It's got that Greek mythology stuff again. Hermes is popping in and out.
Oh yeah. Is this going to be a gateway drug for you to get into the Greek and Roman pantheon smut novels that my wife is into?
No, but I do have a series. I don't think I have the whole series yet, but it's
bringing them snorts today.
Yeah, I gotta blow my nose here in a minute.
It's another Poole Anderson joint. It's like a tetralogy. That's 4 books, right?
I would think so. Yeah. But you'd be crazy if you said that out loud.
And it's set in the Roman Empire. It's historical fiction, and I don't know if it's supposed to be any good, but I'm like, he wrote 4 of them, so people were buying them.
How bad could they be?
How bad could it be? They're pretty thick too. That'll be a little bit of a project, and it just hasn't risen up the flagpole yet to get the old time in my hands. So.
Hey, I want to celebrate the wins, Ken. This is for you. You guys didn't notice, thanks a lot, but I finally got my Bottling Sunshines framed.
Yeah,
well,
dude.
Actually, Becky got them framed, and then I got them hung
Hell
up.
yeah.
It was a team effort,
There we go.
so
That's mine back there.
we're looking good. And honestly, it looks. I think I like it a lot better than the art that I had there. It goes really well with my deer skull.
It do.
Honka honka.
I like that I positioned mine where like everybody go to see him all the time, and then whenever I sit in front of it, basically all you can see is this stupid hot dog one that I did.
Was that at a wine and paint night?
No, I was just painting these boards with the kids, and I was like, I'm going to paint a hot dog because I was grilling hot dogs, and I'm like, I'm going to write hot dog on it.
Hell yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
He got that dog in him. We're at the point where we have like I would say we have more art than our walls can sustain. And so I'm trying to move into sort of a mode where we can like seasonally change out art. So we got like a collection of art, and then we just, wherever the hangers are, we just go pop them back up whenever we feel like it's time for a change. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing with these guys. Although, I mean, the old ones have been up there for like 5 years, so it's going to be a while before I feel like it's time for a change again.
I've got a number of things to hang on the wall, but I just not done yet. I made this list, and it's a little intimidating of just all the things I want to get done. Sucks, but it'll feel good when they're done.
Hell yeah. That's the magic of having a place to live.
So did I pretty much sum up the second half of the book already?
No, but we
there was a glory hole.
Yeah,
that's the second half.
That's basically it, right?
I was super intrigued to figure out. Did you all figure out pretty quickly why she was doing that? Like, did your guess?
Yeah,
she did that.
She needed for a semen spell.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it was. It was that cum magic.
I thought we had some. I thought we had some. What we do in the Shadows fans in the house.
I wish
the witches stole my semen for a semen spell.
I should watch that. It's that time of year.
Yeah,
I love that show. So sad when it ended.
It's on my list. I just have never made.
I hear the voice now, Ken. That was a good voice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You thought I was just like doing some kind of.
I couldn't place it at first.
It's going to get us canceled, and then.
Oh, hey! Speaking of getting canceled, we didn't spend any time before the show talking about.
And we're not going to.
And we're not going to. And
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear that we're not going to say anything in public about anybody.
Nope.
Who's been murdered, except for the murders that occur in this book.
Yeah.
Okay, you said more than anyone.
I know.
Just now.
I know. Ooh, but we're so cryptic. It's because I'm part of the Illuminati. I got to get my message out somehow.
Yeah, lots of people have been getting murdered.
Right. Exactly. Like the people in this book.
Yeah.
And that's why my name this week is Murder Birder, Professor Emeritus of Workplace Accidents. Oh, look, it's a dog.
Doggy! Dog alert. Wait.
Puppy
party.
Oh, there's that stretch. That's good form, Dax.
Good stretch.
Yeah.
Everyone's so impressed.
That's a good downward facing dog. Aww.
Nobody else is gonna introduce themselves.
I was trying to name myself first,
You got to
That's
come
what I was-
prepared.
That's what I was looking for. I had found while reading, I'm like, oh, that'd be a really good name. And then I also came across 2 like blurbs that I just felt were so well written. And I'm like, man, this reads so well. I want to read that on air. And I didn't mark any of it down, and I can't find any of it.
Buffoon.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just Ken.
And I'm
And I'm enough.
And I'm
Sorry.
Euconathan.
Oh, love. My dog's throwing up.
Professor Emeritus of Workplace Accidents.
I gave it some thought, and I decided that was by far the subject I would be most qualified to teach.
Oh, there's a good question. I guess you've already answered it though.
Mhm.
You know, if you were teaching a course at McMaster's,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Ooh, I'm gonna think on that.
Yeah. Oh.
Do we need to lay the groundwork for our many viewers about what the basic? Oh no! Oh my god! Yukon got deleted.
Ah, it disappeared.
Oh no!
I'm editing my title. I guess that cancels me.
Interesting.
Either get
It's the
canceled these days than I
deep
thought.
state. Yeah, canceling you right now. I don't remember what I was even talking about.
Oh, come on, you gotta.
It's good. It's a good show we got going here.
Yeah, we're really killing it.
Pow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
There
much.
we go. Oh no,
Oh, that's a good one, Yukon.
is my camera gone? There we go.
Yeah,
Ah,
dead.
I don't know
Okay.
why
See
specifically.
that
that's
ring
good for
rake
you,
that was
but
on
it
screen
is.
for a second there? That was crazy.
Ken, yours would be pretty. I've already got one for you.
You do? What do you
Yeah.
have?
Professor of designing their demise.
Oh, designing
Ooh.
their demise. I can tie that in. There's many. There are many situations in which you can drive a designer to suicide, and that's the path you're gonna take. Or you got paper cutters. Shing.
Ooh.
Get them tossed into a paper folder.
I feel like
roll fold that bitch.
I feel like as much as anything, McMaster's is a school for people who want to screenwrite a good horror movie. They're just like they really delve into the creative uses of all sorts of things to murder people, which I feel like is Venn diagram. It's like horror movie directors and McMaster's alum.
Yeah, it's good. Not thinking more about it, I think designing their demise would have to be a course on Dulcie did have to get business cards made, so just all the stuff you may
Amazing.
have to do to like create your own props using
Yeah.
design and knowing about different paper stocks and things, so you don't so you can match paper stocks, which also happened in the book that people had to do on multiple occasions. I can see the depth. I can see the depth
Really-
of that application.
Really time-honored sort of thread in a lot of these detective and murder solvums is about like,
Yeah.
ooh, we're gonna have to look at this paper comes from Venice, a fine merchant of blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
Classically Sherlock Holmes kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. Do you think we would make more money if we just were on screen going like, gang gang, gang gang?
Okay, what
Woo!
up, fam? I see
Gang
that.
gang.
Hey, what up? I see you, chat.
Woo! Yeah. just doing the like mindless like emoting to the super chats kind of thing that people do. I don't think I would be very good at that actually.
All right. This is the area where an agenda would come in handy. Man, we've just fucked around for way too long. And just let it ride.
Well, earlier we were talking about like what would really make the show great, and I was like, well, I mean, what would really make the show great is if all of us were independently wealthy and had time to do this.
There we go.
That's actually
really-
what it takes to make you great at basically anything.
Boils down to that, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nepo, welcome to Nepo Baby Book Club. But we do read good and funny things.
That's a
well,
fact.
good things, and then we have funny about those things, which is really nice.
We'll
Well,
see.
we finished the book.
Hell yes, we did.
What
This
do you
book
guys
is much
think?
funnier than we are, which is going to be a real problem for us, I think, the whole time.
Yeah, probably. It is. He's a witty bastard.
Yeah,
Although I did have kind of the same reaction to him as you had when you looked up who was it? Colleen Hoover.
Like, what do you mean when you looked up what they look like?
Yeah, I just caught him in the back of the book, and I'm
I
like,
think it was T. Kingfisher for me.
oh yeah, that's right. It was Kingfisher.
Oh
Which
golly,
he just looks like an author, but
sure.
that's what kills it for me. I think, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know. I don't
I could
know what,
see-
I don't know
I could
what I
see
picture.
him-
He just doesn't look.
He could be the dean.
He could be, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
no. The dean's got to have a little more Moff Tarkin in him. Yeah, the thing about it is like not everybody can be media ready, and I think we need to be more accepting of that. But it's hard because it's fun. It's fun liking attractive people, I guess.
Okay, this is what he looked. He looks like you just offered him below market value for his Charizard. And it's hard to take him seriously writing about murder at this level and of wit and expertise. I'm like,
You've got to be kidding me. $35 for
I could get more than that on
holographic.
I could get more than that on tcgplayer.com.
That's rude as hell, man.
I love.
But that's the vibe I get.
I'll get it that later.
It's a book by its cover both ways,
Yep.
Yeah.
And look, if what's his name? Rupert. If he
Rupert
wants
Holmes.
if he wants to make a video
Yes.
making fun of how we look, he can and should do that.
I encourage it.
Please do.
I would love to hear his thoughts.
We have a Patreon where you can pay to roast us.
Please professionally well, you can roast us for free. It's just you got to pay
Well,
us to
you can.
read it.
We're not going to air
If it's just in the YouTube comments, I'm not reading it.
it. All right.
I was trying to find out who designed the book cover.
Wait,
It was the lady in the back.
Oh,
I
classic, the lady.
I thought they named the two
Jim.
people. Is it Ana Luizos has designed 18 Broadway productions and received 3 nominations.
Oh, I took it to mean that she did the illustrations that were in the book. I did, but I guess that could apply as well to the covers.
Y'all got illustrations up in there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like the map of McMaster's.
The map, and then the place where Cliff died. That's drawn.
Yeah.
Where the obelisk. I think
I
the
just
obelisk was
realized.
drawn.
I just realized they named him Cliff.
Isn't that funny? I told you, dude. How long have I been talking about
The
this?
obelisk.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but
building is that?
I don't remember. I've already shut the book. How long have we been talking about that with naming characters? Like it was
Door.
Gaiman that did it. Yeah, Door,
Yeah.
right?
Pants.
Well,
We did that.
Ian Colfer, and that it's not one we read. It's one that the kids read. Artemis Fowl.
Artemis
There's
Fowl.
that. There's
Mulch
I'll never
Diggums.
Mulch Diggums, dude. He's a fucking like a dwarf or whatever. And they mine, and his name is Mulch Diggums. But again, you only need a handful of characters, you just name them the most obvious shit ever.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Or if you don't want them to be remembered, give them 2 first names.
2 first names. Hey, do you remember any characters that we've encountered with 2 first names in any book we've read?
Nope.
Do you
Cliff
remember the names?
Iverson.
Do you remember the names of any characters before this book?
That's what I was about to say. I was gonna say, it's a no from me.
Achilles.
I immediately forget both the
Patroclus.
plot and the characters of the book the second we finish reading it. That's why I have to make sure I finish the book
Yeah.
on the
What
day that
do we
meet, or else I
remember
won't know what
Johnny
we're talking about.
Truant? If his name were
Remember Johnny Truant.
Johnny Timothy, probably not.
Right. If his name weren't
Bill
like,
Navidson.
a fairly obvious characterization of him, and his friend Lude, who has too much sex.
Yeah, dude, it's so easy, and I can't name myself for a podcast.
Terrible.
Oh, I've got a new name.
Ooh.
Um,
Schrodinger scat.
let's go with Professor. There we go.
Oster.
Yeah. Hello, I'm your
I-
host, my podcast host.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Oster.
now that you know, I'm Professor Hosty.
Oster.
I'm Professor Hosty. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Well, guys, what do you like about the book?
Welcome.
Well, I think we should sketch it out. Just real broad strokes.
Yeah, because we ended last time with
Cliff
dying.
dying.
We're reading Murder Your Employer
Mm-hmm.
because it's aspirational for all of us except me.
By Rupert Holmes.
And the broad strokes of this book are that there's a magical school for aspiring witches and wizards of murder.
Yeah, basically.
And it's to get there you take 9 3/4 tablets of Ruhypnol, and then you wake up at a Hogwarts, McMaster's school for the criminally oriented or something like that. And so our hero Cliff Iverson is there because he needs to know how to murder his employer and get away with it. He's there on scholarship, and the whole time everybody's just learning stuff about how to do murders. So they get up to a bunch of hijinks at this little like murder retreat in the woods, and then we've also got a Harvey Weinstein sort of character that we're trying to wax as well with a different storyline.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Plus another one that I just never really figured out who I was supposed to believe Gemma's person was.
It really felt like a C plot. Like,
yeah,
we dropped Gemma for a good 10 to 20% of the book, and then wrapped up her story.
Well, I was into Gemma's storyline, but I also kind of feel like it was really light on the details, right? Because the deal was supposed to be that like Gemma basically did an assisted suicide for her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a mercy killing, I think.
And then like confessed it to her boss.
Listen. It was he was in extremely terrible health and in a lot of pain, and she helped ease his transition.
Oh yeah, I skipped over that part because I do not see any ethical problem with that at all.
Right.
So but I forgot that most people will probably have a hang up about that.
Yeah. But
yes.
I mean, but look, that stuff happens. And like, hey, this person's in pain. Do you want us to give them morphine? Yes. And then there's like, they legally can give it to them at certain intervals. Like, it's all like written out. Like, this is the prescribed. Like, if you go any more than this and any more frequent than this, then you're Kevorkian this. But if we do it this way by the book, it is pain management. Like, just from personal experience, I've run into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's what she. But I think hers was more hands-on. She might have actually done something. Like, not doctors. I think she did
so,
it.
Or maybe like Oopsie unplugged the doodad or whatever.
I think she did an injection of some sort, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then her coworker, this lady that was underneath of her, found out about it and basically used that to blackmail her and have her do her work, and then she got promoted over Gemma and just ruining her life.
And that was the part that I felt like I and maybe it was just because I was on audiobook and I may have just been like distracted while those details were covered, but I was like, who the fuck is this person? And like, what? I didn't really. It took me a long time to figure out what their whole dynamic was. But I like Gemma. I would have liked to hear more of her story.
Question.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have, this is a little random, but I don't want to forget. Does anybody have any idea if there's any meaning to the underlined words in the book?
Y'all got underlined words?
Yeah, and
Okay,
actually,
I was wondering that too because they
Damn.
do italicize, but I think he uses underline more. Like,
well, it got really weird in one of Cliff's letters. I'll find it. Like there's a lot of it, and then I started noticing it from that point on. So I don't know how early it was occurring.
well, I'm not sure that he does use italics very much. I'm flipping through. I'm not seeing like I see it there, but he's not using it as a okay, there they use it.
Come on,
It
from
did
your
strike
giant
me as
Cliff.
odd. There aren't really any books we've read that use underline where most people would use italics to create a sense of emphasis.
It's not very conventional. So it was
No.
just underlining. It was just for emphasis in
That's my
dialogue, and
takeaway.
It didn't
but-
make sense to me.
it
where
does
they
make a
were-
little bit of sense because the conceit of the book is that it's what you're reading is supposed to be like compiled notes
Yeah.
that were written on typewriters.
Maybe I mean I'd have to go back through and see like are they the chapters that are Cliff's Cliff's journal? Is that when we're underlining? I'm not sure. But like here, this sentence, she stared at him. You did this, didn't you? Is italics. Okay, but that is narration by Dean Harbinger.
Okay, I found it here.
Here from the Journal of Cliff, he's underlining stuff.
Okay, so in chapter 30, okay, the words, there's a lot here. So especially where I noticed it because it was weird, it says, in time, which is underlined, I suppose I must sell it, but I'm not yet prepared. It's pre-hyphen and impaired is underlined.
What page?
The very beginning of chapter 30. So that's 234. So the words would be time, paired, once, thought, check, absence, blood.
Wait, are you trying to just like filter through and only read those?
Yeah. Where found.
You on some Daniel Z. Markowski kind of shit?
Dude, it feels that way. And that almost feels like it makes sense to be read like that. Not 100%, but
Yeah.
time paired, once thought. Check absence, blood, where found.
It would be something, and I wonder if the audience is big enough for this book for someone to have done that, to go through, write out all of the underlined words, and see if it is something.
Told.
He's doing it right now. And I've seen enough to conclude no, that is not something.
Yeah.
It is something.
It's
No
something
blood were found. There's something there.
for real.
But I also I just now to search for it, and the first thing I saw was somebody mentioned that, hey, if you get that book, get the Barnes and Noble version, which I do,
of course.
because there's an extra chapter. It says,
Oh,
"Do you,
extra chapter. I have something at the end that says "School's Out." It's just 2 pages. It's announcing that there is another one on the way called "Murder Your Mate," and then
okay.
I have a postscript from the desk of Dean Harbinger Harrow.
I've got that."
I had that in the
How new
in
is
the-
yours? Actually, I don't have Schools Out.
Oh, mine.
maybe they just
2024.
decided it was too tacky for the Barnes and Noble edition. That's more of a mass market paperback kind of move.
Yeah, maybe it would have been somewhere else inside. Throughout. Or the employer.
Mine
But-
says 23.
Barnes and Noble. Extra.
Oh, no.
Chapter.
Mine says April 24.
Why can't I find anything? This needs to be a bigger book, y'all. Bigger book.
Oh, yes. People need to read this one. This one is a banger. I had a
This would-
lot of fun reading this one.
Yeah, I know. How fun of a TV show would this be?
You'd be pretty good.
Yes.
Mhm.
It has to be a British TV show. Otherwise, I'm not coming.
I'm thinking Flanagan style cast and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, the Flanagan Hill House cast would kill this.
Yep. You have
I
the
want
little
it to
brother. The little
Feel
brother.
comically murdery,
Yeah. But Luke is his name. He'd
Luke.
be Cliff.
Oh yeah, Luke would be good Cliff, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Actually, both of them would. Either one of the brothers.
I'm trying to remember the other brother now.
Yeah, the other brother is the one who is
the main guy in Midnight Mass.
yeah, no, the one who was only there for the first season, the one who's an A-lister actor. He was in Age of Adeline.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yes. I always forget his name.
Oh, Michael. Wait.
Yeah. They nailed it.
Michael Huisman?
Who's?
Hoosman? That sounds right. He's the one who was only in the first series, Haunting, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a hot commodity for a little bit.
Yeah.
He might still be, but he was.
But he'd be good as Cliff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then okay, and then you'd have to make let's see, the film exec guy, the producer dude, would that be Elliot? I always call him Elliot. What do you think?
No, he was like a short. So one twist I had kind of hoped was coming. Okay. So at the beginning, we're told that only 2 of the 3 students that we would be following were going to be successful.
right.
Okay.
Mm.
But as it went on and on, I was like, they're all going to do it. They're all going to kill their employer. Like, this is all going to happen. And then I thought,
we
what
need
if
the happy ending.
What if there's a twist? Because I started seeing similarities between the movie producer and the airplane executive. Okay.
Mhm.
They were both like short people that took advantage of the people around them. And I was like, could someone be leading a double life?
Ooh.
And
That'd have
then
been fun.
only Doria May or Cliff gets to kill theirs, and the other one didn't, because guess what? It was the same guy.
They also got whacked.
Yeah. So I was like kind of hoping for something weird like that. But I was like, that doesn't make sense. How could someone be a movie producer on the West Coast and then also? Yeah.
Dude, is this
How could a wealthy person live a double life?
Right.
Murder Birder? Did you do audio on this?
Yes.
Was it Neil Patrick Harris?
So he and another person. So there was like a stuffy sounding British guy that did probably 80% of it. And then the sections where it was Cliff writing in the journal, those were Neil Patrick Harris, I think. That was what I understood, but it's been a while since I looked at it.
Okay, look, someone else way down the rabbit hole or way down the comment thread on this Reddit post about the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, anybody have any idea what the random underlined words mean? Dude, it's starting. There's some Mark Alusky stuff going on here. I know it.
Hell yeah.
It's not random. It is. They are words that would be emphasized.
Dude, the second half of paired, why would you emphasize that in text?
They mentioned
half of
the
prepared.
weird. They mentioned the weird way that person talks.
Wait, it's prepared and they underlined PARED.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was also hyphenated. So it's PRE hyphen PARED, and the PARED is underlined.
And who's speaking in this?
Cliff. It's Cliff's journal.
It's Cliff's journal, but riveting. Yeah. It's Liliana. It's
I think that's
Jax.
it's probably formatted that way because she has a heavy accent.
Yeah. Because I forget where they're from,
That's
but they
disappointing.
are from somewhere else.
Yeah, I see
They're
it
not
now.
Not from
Eastern
America.
Bloc
Yeah.
somewhere.
All right. Well,
Yeah, but this book, I
that's
think
no
needs,
fun.
and I haven't looked into, its sales numbers or whatever, but I had never heard of it. I think it could stand to be a lot more popular. I think it's very well written. I love the humor. I love the puns. Quick witted.
I actually assumed that Bob was just Googling how to murder your employer and found a book on it and was like, maybe I could trick the guys into reading this.
We can go back and edit this to fix that. To fact check that I recommended the book.
Oh, well, I wasn't
Yeah.
here for that when it happened. That's what
you
my head
assumed
canon
happened.
is, because you remember I showed up super late that day.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You were
yeah.
like already done, and I was just
No, it's
like,
no big
oh,
deal. I know it wasn't malice.
yeah. But I mean, I guess in the same way, it could have been you Googling how to murder your employer.
Could have been me, and I found the book. And I'm like, this will teach me. The
Yeah.
McMaster's Guide. I've never heard of this place.
I do feel like I learned quite a bit about how to get away with murder.
In reality, I mean, yeah, no cap. I'm learning a lot here. Should the need arise for premeditated murder?
Yeah. I think that's the key, is that like you really can only get away with premeditated murder. Because
Probably.
you can't just go off half cocked. You got to have like schemes within schemes going, plans within
Yeah.
plans.
There would have to be so many more classes now if this were modern era, right?
I
Because
would imagine it's much more difficult to get away with murder these days.
much more. I mean, you've seen people when they really care to find it out. They find people
right.
pretty
It
quick.
depends on how much the victim is treasured by society.
But that is the whole point of McMaster's, is to do it in a way that no one will find out, and that can still happen.
Yeah,
I understand,
but I think
but-
only if it's not like a figure of national importance.
if you're nationally important, if you're white, if you were well loved by your community,
Yeah.
if you were white.
I mean, I would say the modern surveillance state makes it almost impossible.
It's
Oh yeah,
it
you'd
seems to be a
really have
challenge.
to get up to some shit to get away.
But look, we're talking about people that are supposedly being expertly trained to do this in a manner that appears natural, right? Okay. Today, I don't know the exact rate, but there is not a 100% solve rate
It's true.
on homicides. Like, that just is not
Right.
That's not the
And
case.
and even recently, I have seen occasions where people are like, "Well, she technically died falling down a cliff, but we're pretty sure he murdered her."
Yeah.
And
There's
we
whole
just can't,
documentaries
and we
about it.
just can't prove it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, McMaster's, that's where they went.
Big Masters. Yeah.
Here's the part I wanted to read. Oh, go ahead.
A dude I went to high school got thrown off the top of a parking garage, and they were
Sure.
like, "We don't know who did it."
Oh, is he all right?
No, no, he's super not a. He was
What
somebody's.
was their fall damage?
He was somebody's successful thesis, I think.
Fall damage. Holy shit.
You always got to test for fall damage. I do every morning.
Gotta
Yeah.
check fall damage.
Yeah.
Wowzers. That's fucking incredible. Yeah. I had a person I went to school with who was murdered. What about you, Yukon?
Yeah,
I
mean, God, of
honestly
course.
would not know. I'm not on the socials. Like,
We
I
all-
do not connect. If you ask me how anybody I've gone to school with is doing, I might be able to tell you one or two people, but that's because I've seen them in the last month. But that's
Do
it.
you guys go to school with? Did you go to school with anyone who stormed the Capitol?
Wouldn't
Oh,
know.
I'm sure.
Probably,
But
right? I don't know, but I probably did.
I'm with you, like UConn. I wouldn't know if that were the case. I know I went to church with some people that weren't. They weren't at. As far as I know, they didn't stormed the Capitol, but they were at January 6th. Like
Wow.
it would just like the rally. I don't know. I mean, that person's a fucking lunatic, but like, I don't know that they committed any crimes while they were there.
They probably did.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I found one of the parts I wanted to read. I'm not going to search for the other one. I liked this one a lot.
Great.
Very late in the morning after Doria's deletion of Leonid Costa, she awoke as most of us do, passing into mindfulness while still cocooned in ignorance and innocence until it gradually dawns on us where we are, what we've done, and what we may be facing in the day ahead. I'm like,
That's so
"Holy
well
shit."
said.
What a perfect description of waking up a human, right?
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah.
this
And-
shit sucks.
And in particular, waking up a human who just murdered someone yesterday, but like I think it was a really cool moment to explore with that character of like, what does it actually feel like after, like all of the high drama that we engage in like movies and TV and stuff. It's like you do the killing and then, fade to black and it's, go on. And we don't often get the just like sitting with the emotional weight and the like despair of like, oh shit, am I gonna get caught for murder?
Right. I found the other one because I remembered what it was and it was pretty easy to find after that. It is Fiedler dying. I think writing violence and writing like death is really difficult to do convincingly. And so every time I've heard authors say that. And then every time I see one that is just really, really like, oh shit, that sounds like they really nailed it. It's really impressive to me. So here it is. The room, this is after he was poisoned. He was poisoned. Actually poisoned himself, kind of.
Mhm.
The room began to divide for the dying man, who felt as if it were simultaneously sliding down a steep slope upon a precipice. And up a precipice, sorry. He divined a favor within himself he'd never before encountered, and he heard his body advising him internally, I have no way to override this. I can spasm with every muscle I possessed, but I must yield to it, and my heart must stop. He sensed there was something greater in existence than himself, but knew at his core he could never achieve that higher plane where it resided. Fiedler was fast severing all connections with the world that would continue perfectly well without his presence and memory.
It's a shame he got such a beautiful death.
Yeah, right. But you could feel the lights going out when you read that.
Yeah, it's really well written.
Yeah.
Like the whole part about his body just like giving up on him. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about this situation. You gotta dig yourself out.
You put the iocane
Literally.
powder in me.
Yeah. So, do we want to like kind of summarize this second half a little bit?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
It's my dog's butthole.
Butthole party, butthole party, butthole party, butthole party. That's what it is instead of the puppy party. Oh, I like this view better. Sorry. The second half of this book is a Rube Goldberg machine for murder.
Yes. And it transfers like after Cliff's death, we transfer into getting down to business really fast. First half was all McMasters, and I thought it was going to continue to be all McMasters through like 3/4 of the way. And then getting rid of their bosses was going to be like a very quick thing. But no, Cliff dies, and he graduates, and we are off to the races.
Yep.
Well, dies.
They're literally just like,
Dies.
well, it's time for you to do your thesis.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there and give them hell, buddy.
That's pretty much it. The rest of it goes through following their the three individuals. Doris, what's her real name? Which one is it?
Doria.
Doria on her thesis, Jim on her
Doria.
thesis, and Cliff on his thesis. And it
Mhm.
jumps
And
back and
thesis
forth.
means unalivement.
Yeah, and it cleverly jumps back and forth between the three in a way that makes you think at any time, oh, this one's going to succeed, and this one's going to succeed, and this one's going to fail. But it jumps around on which ones you feel that about. I was never incredibly confident in Gemma, as I kind of feel
Yeah.
like they set her up to be. But there are moments where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this could be the point where Cliff fails. He fucked up, and I didn't see it coming.
Right. Right.
Uh,
And they telegraph that just through the professor's doubt in her plan and her ability and all that. So it wasn't, I don't think it was very surprising that, spoiler, Gemma did not succeed as far as her deletion.
Right.
She almost deleted herself.
Almost. How'd you like the reasoning behind that?
So I don't think jeez. Like, I get if the McMaster's way had been talked about before, or maybe I just wasn't like fully applying the 4 questions of the McMaster's, like, thesis evaluation.
Right.
Because at first I was like, that's not enough of a reason for you to kill yourself over her. But then I was like, well, I get, like, it kind of made sense in the end. My initial reaction was like, oh, that's why you failed? Well, come on. Like, you would have succeeded. But
So those 4 inquiries are: is this murder necessary? Have you given your target every last chance to redeem themselves? What innocent person might suffer from your actions? And will this deletion
you
improve
go.
the life of others? But it was number 3, right?
It was number 3.
Yeah.
So
I feel it. I'm a little different about it.
I mean, that's really stepping
Is
on
that
a
why?
slippery slope,
That's
because
why,
is
right?
that really a person?
Oh, and yeah, not to mention he keeps calling it a child, and I'm like, well, not quite. It's
Yeah.
barely a fetus.
Right. Because, okay, so say she hadn't asked the question to distract her, had asked a different one. Like, did Arsenal win on Friday? And she never knew. Would it have been wrong? No, because she didn't know.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I get it. And
Well,
so
she
it
waited
wasn't.
too long, and things got complicated, right? Like, would she be hurt? Okay.
Yeah.
Aside from the implication of, aside from whether or not you've got a child there, okay. You do have likely now a fiance who also is expecting to be a father. So somebody will be affected by it, but it's kind of hard to say no one will ever be affected by it, right?
Right.
I mean, you're only allowed to kill villains. I mean, they sure make it seem that way, but in the examples, but in one-off examples they give throughout the book, it's not always like that.
Right. I mean, like these 4 are not unique to the employer scenario. Like, I assume that these 4 questions are for anybody in McMaster's, right? And I mean, yeah, anybody. Like, well, let's see. Did the other 2 have families? Did the airplane executive or I don't know if he did. He had a bunch of people he'd exploit. I don't know that he had a wife and kids. Which actually at that time would have been a little, I think, looked down on. Like, that kind of lifestyle. Even though he was an executive, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he did. I don't know. But yeah, there's always going to be somebody innocent that's, like, maybe not physically hurt, right?
Right. Yeah, but I think too, though, the inquiries are not rules or requirements per se. They're more like to make you sure of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where we're at, Blake. We're talking about the 4 inquiries, right?
Yeah.
And saying, like, exploring, like, okay, their purpose is, and I am saying that they are not rules, that they are simply for the deletist to ask themselves and go through to make a well-informed decision about deleting someone.
Yes, I think that is a fair assessment because they're first of all, they're just simply not phrased as prohibitions. They're phrased as questions.
Yeah. And they
they're-
also,
they're
like,
phrased
the
as
staff is not assessing and approving them, correct? They're approving, like they're trying to approve and sharpen their thesis, but it's never like, well, we're going to look into if anyone's going to miss this person, and then approve or deny your deletion, right? It's just like you've got to figure this out for
Right.
yourself.
I think they vet some of that stuff like pretty early on,
Right.
and
they don't
like
serial killers,
and
right?
they weed them out. Like in the first half of the book, there's this guy who's like a huge dickhead, and they literally just kind of like let him be at the school for a while to like give him a chance to redeem himself or like get on track and figure out like get a better perspective about the murder that he wants to commit. But ultimately, he just wants to commit a lot of murder, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to kill you now because you're
Right.
you're not doing things in the McMaster's way. But yeah, it almost is like it got this meditative quality to these inquiries where they're repeated over and over throughout the book, and it's presented to me in a way where I got the impression that like it was something that the McMaster student would be going over in their mind over and over again as they're going through their thesis project and really like taking the time to wrestle with those questions, which are I don't know, it's an interesting like I pulled a sort of Zen like meditative practice out of it. I don't know if I just imagined that.
No, that's what I get out of it. Because we were talking about Gemma failing and lunging over top of what's her face because of what she
Yeah.
found out.
Adele.
And we're like, yeah, Adele. We're like, I don't know about Rupert. I don't know if I would have done that if I look at it the same. And Mr. Holmes keeps calling it a child, but
Right. Yeah. McMaster's a very pro-life
Yeah,
institution, is what you're saying.
Which is ironic, right?
isn't it? It's very.
Everything about
Yeah.
the pro-life movement is ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just my take on it was, I think she probably could just been fine to let it go, let the rocks
Yeah.
fall.
I mean, I don't. I think their read on the nobility of Gemma's protective action is maybe a little unwarranted because they're like, oh, how you just you realize that like in the middle of your thesis the equation changed and you got this inquiry about whether or not you're other people are going to come to harm, and you realize that if you went through and then you're blah, blah, blah. And I think Gemma just isn't a murderer.
Yeah. Well, that doubt was planted very early.
But I think like the specifics of what happened are like she executes her plan, and then as soon as like the cinder blocks are falling, she like it's described as being instinctive, right? That she she has this plan where she literally was going to like throw this thing open and then move away.
Yeah.
And instead she throws it open and does the exact opposite because her like fight or flight takes over or whatever. And
Yeah.
her,
Well, maybe
Well,
that's the
heart
unique.
rate resizes.
Maybe that's the unique position that McMaster's found themselves in is, is someone who has been there and knows about it, but had like a moral reason or whatever, a moral instinct to botch their thesis. So it gives like a balance for people to think about, because you can't exactly bring someone in who's like, this is our moral expert. They've also murdered someone. But then you bring in someone who's not a murderer just because you're like, I don't know, someone who they seem really moral, and then they're here and they're teaching. They like know everyone's trying to murder. So she's like in the middle, like she intended to do it. She went to carry out her thesis. She's been through the schooling, and she's like on board. She's not like anti-murder, just anti-her murdering.
Mm,
So she's kind of like a cool asset.
for sure.
Yeah.
I want to dig into something that you said because I think it's worth pulling a quick detail out. You said that you can't hire a morals professor who's murdered somebody. I guess my question is, do you think that McMaster's has to worry about an accreditation board? I feel like if you're McMaster's, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no, you can. And actually, they could do it. When I say like you can't, you couldn't do this. What I mean is like, I don't expect it would translate. It would be like received with
Yes.
seriousness, right,
Mm.
from the student body. Like, well, what's your moral superiority or standing here? You've
But-
murdered a person.
But it also could backfire on you because you also could be the person where like all the students are like, "What the fuck do we have to learn from you? You clearly didn't want to do your thesis enough. Like we are here to murder people, and you're just here to talk us out of it."
Yeah, well,
But
there
I'm
are great.
for
There
it.
are
I'm glad they
greater
didn't
issues.
have to whack Jenna.
Yeah, there
or
are greater
Gemma.
issues with it, really. For example, if I don't know why they'd want her there really to begin with, because if people come there and then they meet with Gemma, their teacher, and the morality of it all, and then they decide that they don't want to murder the person, don't they get deleted? if they back out of their thesis?
Because
Yeah.
they know enough, I guess,
That-
about McMaster's that
Yeah, they know stuff, and then they've got.
Yeah.
Then you can't hold a murder over their head anymore, right? With all the
Sure.
evidence.
right.
So it's like, yeah, here's our morality teacher. She's gonna, you're gonna learn about how like really putting some thought and care into this. For what purpose? If your student is swayed, you have to murder them. So I'm a little lost.
It's a
here.
bad business model.
I wish I love the book. I don't want to criticize it too much. I do wish they would have killed Gemma in the hospital.
I mean, I thought they were going to kill Cliff too.
I
Like
don't
they
think they should've-
really.
I always expected Cliff to be our Ryland Grace and move there and start teaching.
Yeah.
I always thought that was gonna happen.
You do remember somebody's name that wasn't a goofy.
Suppose I do.
Which
but
one's
that
Ryland from?
Project Hail Mary.
The Thin
Okay.
Red Line. Why would you want Gemma to be murdered?
Because I feel like they just like the little part of me just doesn't like that they
Tied it all up.
everybody-
so
If
everybody-
they
Everybody's
broke all the
tied up.
rules to make a happy ending.
yeah, and they make the happy ending, and the two people who had a crush on each other get to work together at the school.
That
You know.
was corny as shit, dude.
Yeah, right. And
Hey, sir, won't you turn around?
yeah,
Listen,
I think
I
and the whole
like
point-
a good
and the whole-
happy ending.
and the whole
It was
point was
great.
somebody failed. So like
It was an 80s romance movie ending, is what it was.
yeah,
Listen.
I would have been cool with Dulcie coming back and maybe her and Cliff hook up.
Well, I mean, it sounds like there's still an opportunity for that.
Have a
Like-
sequel where Cliff is just fucking his way through the whole school.
Yeah, he's a murder boy, fuck boy.
Ah.
He's the male teacher for eroticide now.
How to murder your work wife.
Well, I don't just want to grade the book. I want to
Mhm.
grade like what you guys think of each of the murder plots and how they went.
Mm,
Okay, we'll do the
So-
book too, right? But all these things is
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cliff is going after his old boss because he got fired because he saw a flaw in the design of an airplane, and the boss is like, no, we're gonna save money. We're gonna make a whole bunch of money before anybody gets hurt, and we'll make out gangbusters. So they fire Cliff. Cliff tries to kill him by pushing him off a subway. Now he had a good plan for his disguise and hiding the disguise and getting away with it, but it wasn't like foolproof, and the McMaster's people pointed that out to him. So
Mhm.
he came up with this like hugely complicated way to make other people see this executive as a gambling addict, and then also as a corporate spy. who might be feeling remorse for these design changes he ordered. So, like, what did you think of Cliff's plan?
Yeah, it was hugely complicated. But I also thought, and while we're here, quick honorable mention to the first elaborate murder plot of the book, which was in part 1, where Cliff had arranged to be in a place with a disguise on, and he had intended to lure his quarry into an exact spot and bump into him from behind and push him onto the third rail or
Terry
whatever.
his ass onto the
Hell
rails.
yeah.
Off the
And then-
linebacker.
And then change disguise at such and such spot and blah blah blah, right? Which, by the way, I still think that McMaster's gaslight. I still think he probably would have gotten away with that murder.
I kind of think you're right.
I think McMaster's gaslighting him a little bit, but it wouldn't have made this for quite.
You know what? They wanted that money, dude.
They got that money, yeah, for sure. Although I think they were already under contract by the time that murder happened now in hindsight. But anyway,
to bring him in.
Yeah, exactly. Cliff's secondary murder plot was my screen right now says, "Oops, something went wrong. Try reloading the page."
I see.
Or-
Don't worry about it.
We good?
Yep.
Cliff's murder plot was quite convoluted, and at many points just like came flat out to like gambling. He just intentionally gambled on the outcome just to flex on him or something. I'm not really sure.
He wanted to give him his last chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of poetry to it. I appreciated it. I loved the gambling plot line. Although it seems to me like if you came to a gambling establishment once a week and bought a ticket for every horse, that they would catch on. But it is the 50s, so maybe not. Maybe they don't have the computing technology to be like, oh, let's track their receipt and see we'll check the CCTV.
Yeah.
I mean, would they even need to verify that he gambled a lot? I mean, if he's got, you've got like the eyewitnesses, like the bellhop is like, yeah, I hear him. He had a call from his bookie who said he owes him money.
I may be off on a wild hair. What I'm actually talking about is like I feel like the house would either like it's very strange behavior to go and like every week buy all the tickets. Right. Like that seems like the kind of thing that would flag as unusual behavior. And like, from what I understand, gambling establishments always have people on the lookout for people trying to beat the system, and that they're flagging shit like that all the time and all kinds of different gambling. It just seems like at some point they would be like, yeah, man, we don't know what kind of shit you're trying to pull, but like, you should probably stop.
Well,
Yeah, they didn't mind because
right, they didn't mind because
money.
they know he's going to lose.
That's
like they know
true.
he's going to lose.
That's
And
true.
then
But
he's
secondary
wearing.
to that, I think that behavior is weird enough that they would have probably at some point been like, man, it's so weird that like one guy buys exactly this many tickets and then comes back and buys and like cashes out only the winning tickets.
Well, you can't cash out losing tickets
with a different like I feel like the house would have known and seen that pattern and been like, this guy's fucking weird and this guy's fucking weird and they're both weird in this with the same numbers.
Well,
so probably something's going on there. But like,
so I'll say one, it's a cash only operation, I assume at this point. So it's a little hard to track.
Sure.
Though I do think you picked out the biggest flaw in his whole plan. But I think it being all cash helps him 2, he's wearing like an outlandish disguise so that other people think that he is disguised. Like they make
Yeah.
a point of talking about that. Like the best disguise is one that you aren't fooling anybody, in that it is you, like you're trying to show that. Anyway, so
What you're saying
I
is,
think
I'm
it
the guy who's playing the guy who's playing the other guy.
Right.
Well, he wants people every time he's in an outlandish disguise, he wants people to plausibly think that it was Fiedler in disguise.
right, because Fiedler could be so addicted to gambling that he wants to hide his losings, but he wants to flaunt his, like he likes, you could sell this narrative that he wants to sell this perception that he's a winner, because he loves coming in every week flaunting that he's like this big shot with the winner with the system, and like, I don't know.
Can you imagine, dude, just being like, well, I'm so fucking addicted to gambling. So I guess it's time for me to go buy my Powerballs, and I'm going to be a Mr. Johnson from Iowa. And like just fucking putting on his like a
Dude.
big silly disguise.
But I mean, is it logical to gamble?
No, I would say
Yeah.
not. Decidedly not.
So
But it is fun
Is it?
when you
You-
when you
You
win.
enjoy? You
When
enjoy some
win.
gambling?
Just a bit.
I'm like-
like a 20 bucker here and there, you know.
Yeah.
on the penny
totally,
slots.
Totally
Yeah,
respect
just
it.
the fun of something dumb like that. I buy a lottery, you scratch off maybe like twice a year, you know. I'll get
Ooh.
I'm like, you know what? Actually, it looks like my lucky day. It never is.
Nah.
But sometimes it's just hard to pass up,
Someday.
you know.
Someday it will be. Yeah, there are some like Powerball numbers that I'm like, well, why the hell don't we buy a ticket? But
Yeah,
then
they sure got us with the marketing where it's like somebody's
crazy.
got to win.
yeah.
Might as well be you.
Might as well be you.
It's
Can't
not
win if
gonna
you don't
be-
play. Can't win if you don't play.
Your ticket
That's the thing.
prices go to sports
Yeah.
schools and stuff.
I know
You're basically
somebody-
doing a community service by gambling.
Somebody's
How
got to
did
win.
how did he get out of the whole like I have like you messed up with the check? How did he mess up with that? Or how did he get out of that? He made him sign the paper, right?
Yeah.
And then he taped the different paper together to be the actual confession.
Yeah, that part got a little out of hand. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you talking about? Like you're clearly taping the paper together. Nobody it's not
Well,
how any
I
of this
think
works.
I think he's
It's like the detectives are going to get there and be like, damn, a whole sheet of paper.
Oh,
he cut them down to the exact same size and then
Completely
stapled them
unrelated.
together into like a. So it wasn't a full sheet; it was like 2 half sheets together. or something weird.
oh, it's 2 half sheets.
I think.
I thought he cut off like 3 inches or like he cut off like he had it. My vision was that it was tri-folded and he cut off one lobe of the tri. And
I
was
think it's
like,
basically right because he cut off the section. The reason he cut it off right was because it said "to whom it may concern." He already typed that on his page, just pre-typed.
but didn't it
Yeah.
say it was like 4 inches from the
Yeah.
top?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like old school margins, you know.
So it was a little weird, and I need to see it
It's
shown.
like
But I
this
did
far down.
detail I liked
I think we need to.
was
Yeah.
how he wrote it on the like. He was very careful about the typewriter. Like he marked some of the words so that they could trace it back to that exact typewriter. And then he rolled the typewriter forward, typed out the letters, and then he rolled it back to the very beginning, like the ink, the strip, rolled it back to the beginning so that it looked like whatever he typed there in the office was the very first thing. And then everything that Cliff wrote earlier was actually typed after. Like he messed with time a little bit there.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
thought that was
crazy.
a
That's
little
what Dulcie did as well.
Yeah.
With the I mean, basically, and that's what she did with the film, right?
Oh
The
yeah,
movie
yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
Quality.
Yeah.
Now,
That was a great little alibi thing.
here's something I want you guys to think about,
We'll
right?
get
'Cause
there.
This is pretty much like what they were encountering here. Okay, you're 30 something. I don't know, maybe 40. Let's say you're at a bar. You go into the bathroom because somebody tells you, "Hey, dude, there's this hole in the stall," and sometimes somebody give you right, and you go back there, you put your dick in the hole. Somebody gives it a tuggy, and you're out of there. You go to the gym shack and you're gone. But little did you know, it was like Farrah Fawcett,
Yeah.
right? And you'll never know,
Right.
right? But that's
Yeah.
that's what
All
happened.
you'll ever
That's what
know
happened
is
there. It was
the
a super famous
mid-hand
actress.
job.
Listen,
You had a
Hey.
white glove glory hand job from an A-list actress, and you didn't even know it.
I got a question about glory holes. You guys both seem like glory hole enthusiasts.
Experts, actually, both of us.
When you
Yeah, you're doing it right. Do it again. We
right.
pretty much nailed it. If that's what you're asking about.
yeah.
Don't you think if you stuck your dick through a hole and what you were hoping for was I don't want to get too blue on our show, but what you were hoping for is that beautiful moist rose tulip from Bel Canto sliding up and down in your willy. And
Sure.
instead what you got was a dry
You know how much
glove.
how much less sexual it would have sounded if you would have just said a blowjob.
Yeah. There was.
You
Yes,
tried
I
to
do know.
circumnavigate it, and you made it so much worse.
Pretty sure she mentioned that she had lubricant
Yeah.
and
She
a
lubed
velvet
him.
glove. Yeah.
And a velvet glove.
Yeah.
I still feel like if you stick your dick in a hole and you're expecting a blowjob and you get a handy instead, it better be a very artful handy, or else and be like, you know what?
And what would that sound like? Like you're over there, and it's just you.
I got some stuff to do. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of my time.
So how about we give the
A glory hole.
shimpies a little bit of context here?
Nope.
Yeah, we
Nope.
can't. We really shouldn't skip all the way because we actually got a lot of cliff to cover. Because we haven't covered any of the poison shenanigans.
Look,
Right.
read the books we recommend, and you'll be in on the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did like the little. What'd you call this? It's not prisoner's dilemma. This was.
I believe
what kind
I
of
called
gambit
it
was this?
iocane powder.
It was a kind of gambit, like the double fake or something like that. I don't know, but I thought this was a really good move by Cliff here, because do you want me to just talk through it? What
Sure,
happened?
go. Yeah, go.
Okay,
for
so
it.
full spoilers. Cliff shows up at his boss's office, disguised.
Yep.
Goes through everything, gives him a chance to show that he's a good person. He still won't do it. And he finally reveals that it's him. It's Cliff. Haha, I've got you. And you're not going to leave this room alive. Or one of us isn't going to leave this room alive, but I think I'm going to convince you to delete yourself. And it's not really going that well. And he runs into some hiccups, but he's like, we're going to toast to the people that you've killed. And I brought this liquor, and we're going to drink a toast to these people. And so to show that it is not poisoned, because that's clearly what the guy thinks is going on, he's like, here, I'm going to pour some into my coffee cup. He drinks it, no problem. So then he lets the boss go pick out glasses from his bar in the office, brings them. He lets him pour them. He lets him have them this whole time. And then he contrives a situation where he has to turn his back on his boss. He hears a noise and he goes outside to look at the noise, and he comes back. And I forgot to say that he put down a bottle of poison on the table. Okay. Cliff did. And while he had his back turned, the boss took the bottle of poison and emptied it into Cliff's drink. Okay. And his whole demeanor changes. He's very serious. He knows he's about to kill somebody. Right. So then they drink, and Cliff's like, well, sorry that, you're going to die now. And the guy's like, no, I'm not going to die.
You're never going to get the Thethelian when death is on the line.
Yeah.
It's funny how
So,
much this was that scene. Right?
but this is really cool. The whole bottle was poisoned all along, and the anecdote that the neutralizing agent was in the poison bottle.
Did anybody
And-
really suspect for a second that Cliff had built up an immunity to it over the years?
I thought he was just straight up
He was
doing the
just gonna rip
iocane
up-
powder thing because he
Yeah.
just literally poisoned both glasses and then
Yeah.
was like all cocksure about it. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
okay.
wasn't really trying to formulate how Cliff was going to make it out alive, because we hadn't found out whether Gemma had survived or not. So I was like, he could totally bite it here. But I loved him acting this out because he tells him that the whole thing is poisoned, and the guy starts to like feel it a little bit, and he goes, "Don't worry, if you didn't try to poison me, don't worry, the anecdote is full." And he empties it out, and it's empty.
Yeah.
Now, what we find out later is that Cliff had another bottle of anecdote for himself in his pocket that he could have easily given his boss to save his life. He
That's
just didn't
right.
let the boss know that.
Whoopsies. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. But I thought that
That's
was great.
Cliff ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
Cliff ain't no bitch. Now, poke holes in this. How differently would this have gone if Cliff's plan was you remove everything before he goes there that night? Could he have achieved the equal amount of success in his thesis with the ending the way it went?
Remove what?
So could he
Okay,
have just
so-
shown up with some liquor and
Take him showing up and like wearing a disguise to get up to his floor,
Yes.
having the
no
liquor and the poison
gambling
set out.
stuff? Yeah.
So he shows up at the office, right? Remove every part of his thesis before that. Would it have worked the same?
If he
think
hadn't, yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say like if he hadn't fucked up with the whole check thing, then the whole scheme was great, and it gave all of this plausibility to like his troubles and his like no one's going to look at this as anything other than a self-deletion. Now, if he just showed up and did this, yes, he might have been able to pull the little switcheroo to get him to kill himself, but there'd be no justification, like other people looking in at his life and being like, oh, why would he do this? This may be foul play, So I think it was still necessary.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I think so. It seems like so much of the McMaster's process is about like you can hit and run somebody, you can murder somebody and just start driving west and just hope it all pans out, right? Hope they don't find enough evidence to connect you or whatever. And that works sometimes, right? But in a McMaster's deletion, I think they're in this thing. They're like Marco from The Expanse, where it's like you don't just have like a plan A, you got a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. So even if all of them up to this point like don't work out, you're still have a fallback plan that's like that's well laid. And I think their thing is like you want the murder to go off in a way where there's like not only is there no suspicion about it, but what suspicion there is like immediately met with a dead end of something that just like boom, there's nothing more to see here. It's just like this is exactly what happened. It's just, the guy was in a bunch of gambling debt, and you got 5 people that are going to attest to that. And like he was in here every week, and then suddenly like lost big, and now he's all freaking out. And what are you going to do?
Right. I do have something else I want to bring up about this murder. Now, this was either overlooked. I can see, I can reason away. I can rationalize why it might not have been a big deal. I want to hear what you guys say, though. Also, it could come back in a book too. Here it is.
Ooh.
In Fiedler's office, he has a camera that takes pictures every 15 seconds. he used it with the photos, like
Right.
to frame or to extort one of the women in the office.
Do you think though that's running like all the time, or do you think it's something he triggers?
You know, I really don't know.
Because I feel like I don't know what tech was like back then.
In the 50s, it would have had to be something he triggered, I would think.
But yeah, if he knew he was in a situation now, still though, is that something that he could have seen? Like, oh shit, Cliff is in here with me. This isn't quite right. He walked to the bar to get the drinks and flipped it on. Yeah.
It feels just a lot more like it was forgotten about.
Yeah. Unless they want it to be a conflict point in the next book. Because
that's one reason for me
Like
that
you
it could have
said,
been.
yeah.
And second, it could be that it's just very well hidden. You know, and with no one there to say
Yeah.
anything, no one will know it's there.
Cliff also
mean-
disappeared basically to Wakanda. So like, what are they gonna fucking do to him?
True.
They're all here like McMaster's forever.
But
Like,
I think
we
that
have no
if
idea
he-
where it is.
Like, say we get to book 2. Like, say it is a real thing. I assume it is because it'd be weird to write about it, you know. We get to book 2, he starts training new people, and then suddenly, somehow it comes to his attention that there could be evidence out there that implicates him. And that
Mhm.
leads him on a journey. Like, it keeps Cliff being a main character that's not just teaching new students, right? Like, it could work that way.
We also have what's his face? Hold on. What's his name? The Dean. Oh, Dean Harlow. Jack Harlow.
Mm-hmm.
Harrow. They killed him, right? Is that what you gather from the end?
That's what I gathered. Yep.
So that'd be an interesting little wrench to throw in our antagonist's cozy, otherwise perfect life.
Yeah,
Where
right.
he used to murder someone and get a job with his crush.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's the dream, isn't it?
Yeah. Why do you guys think they murdered Dean at the end? Dean Harrow.
Oh, I feel like that one lady may have finally
A coup?
gotten tired of waiting. Yeah.
He did say the
That's some
board
kind
was
of a
like
coup.
not happy about him releasing this to the public.
Yes.
And he was still finishing up writing it and sending it to his publisher, right? Like it hasn't been published yet.
But then it's like, well, who sent it off after he wrote that last non-complete sentence? You know.
Dead man switch.
How would we be reading it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Email send button wired to a dead man switch on his phone.
I mean, watch this be totally true, and this is a real thing, and just nobody's going to believe it because it's so outlandish. That's what I said about the Death of a Unicorn movie. I looked at my wife and I was like, this probably really happened. And it's just a brag of the super rich to be like, haha, look, we're telling them exactly what's going on, and no one's going to believe it because this is so stupid.
Is that what happened? That they most dangerous game a unicorn?
No, well, they accidentally kill one, and they
Oh.
find out its horn and blood can cure like any disease.
But you got to stick it up your butt.
Yeah, I mean, you just apply it to whatever search. So if I guess you have colon cancer, yeah, you'd stick it up your
Straight
butt.
up the butt.
What about this? It's a story about like a glory hole witch, right? Who
Ooh,
she's like a witch, and she's
What's
in
it
this
so far?
she's like a glory hole, right? But like through the act of glory holing you, she can
Mhm.
like see your ailments and things, and then like offer you like spell like ritual healing, right? She's like, I sent you colon cancer, and turn around. And then she stuffs a unicorn horn up your ass through the glory hole. Right?
Yeah. Hey, is the unicorn witch's name or the glory hole witch's name, is her name Slaba Yaga?
Oh my God.
Just curious.
That's a good one.
Oh boy.
Change your name.
Yes, sir.
Slava Yaga. I want to see it on Discord tonight. No, you still the Sphinx for time being, but
Dude, yeah, that was a callback. I remember the phase that I had where I wanted my nickname to be Sphinx.
that's really good.
I had forgotten all about that. We want to talk about Doria's murder.
It's pretty good.
Murder.
Yeah,
Doria's
Doria.
feces.
So yeah, we've already said that Gemma is not successful, so that's spoiler. Doria, I liked hers a little bit more, I think, but I think it might just be because of the skills she has. And no, I'm not talking about the glory hole section
Yaga.
part of it, but I mean, like, all of her disguises were a lot of fun. Like, her and Cliff both used disguises, but some of hers were like so layered, and like her acting made it so well done that it was really
great.
fun to read about.
Because
there were sometimes
Doria
it
had
was
the
like,
most fun.
what?
She had the most fun on her thesis for sure.
Yeah. Now her ending is kind of tragic. Like, when we find out, oh, we were about to fire this guy in a few weeks anyway. Like, he only had a few weeks to live. So, and she's like, so I didn't have to go through with all of this. And now she's still,
Yeah.
I think the studio's plan for her, what she didn't see in her like shock, they were going to do the same thing to her, whether he lived or died. Like, if he only had a few weeks to live, they were going to replace him with the same guy, and he had the same plan for the studio. So
it's like you just gotta keep the guillotine out until you run out of owners.
right, she was getting ready to get it back out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So her plan was,
Seize the means of production. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
let's see, she wanted to kill the studio exec that was like had her under contract and was not using her in the way that she wanted to be used. Like, she was still a good actress, but he was like super jealous because she slept with somebody else, and he's like this pervy old guy that wanted to sleep with her eventually, I guess. So he's like sidelined her and is only wants her to play a cartoon pig and what we can only assume is Charlotte's Web, if they don't explicitly say that. And does somebody remember her plan super well? Because I'm going to stumble through it.
For the actual thesis?
Yeah, how her actual thesis went.
There was
Who's Gemma's?
Yeah, no,
Doria's.
Oh, okay.
So there was a situation going where I don't know who's in my house. I don't know how weird it's about to be. Someone other than Becky's here.
Do you need me to take over?
No, it's fine. It sounded like Doria basically like lived in a townhouse that was like in the studio, under the studio security. So the security guard at her place was like on the payroll for Leonard Costa or whatever his name was. And so she had this whole involved plan where she like met him as like disguised as someone else, gave him, she was like, oh, hey, I'm with Leonard, and we're a private eye investigation firm. So she like gave him some interaction that he had going with, there was a paper trail basically between some shadow organization and this guy. And then she also kind of like baited this guy. She knew what sort of surveillance was going on. And so she was able to somehow like bait him into taking pictures through her window. But she planted a roll of negatives in that camera ahead of time so that she would have a rock solid alibi. And she fucking hammed it all the way up. She like had a calendar that was like, today is the 23rd, and here's some pictures of me nude.
And the clock is set to the right time. Like, yeah.
And so she like planted these. She like took this roll of film the day before, rolled it up, put the negatives into the camera, and then set it up so that it felt like there was still film in it, which is not how those cameras work, I'm pretty sure. But we're gonna set that aside for right now. And then so she had this evidence for the alibi. Then she went jerked somebody off in a stall
Cast-
somewhere,
Cast the spell.
cast the spell,
Mhm.
took a tight grip on her wand. She basically took a semen sample from some random John in a bathroom, took it to Costa's house. She was as herself, right? She basically set up a situation where she was like, well, I'm finally gonna have to blow you for a part or whatever, and then lured him into the bedroom and then beat him to death with his own pig Oscar.
Oh no, she was dressed up as, she was in disguise as as like a different young damsel.
Oh, it was the different. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and then she acted so well that he didn't know it was her, thought it was a random hitchhiker, and
Yes.
considered giving her the role that
Doria
Doria
wanted.
wanted
Yeah.
because of how, purely based on how well she
She
acted.
fucking nailed it.
Yeah. And this is not to mention the like entire series of disguises and like trails she like how she covered her trails on the way to get here with like swapping the cars and shit, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like all of that. Pretending to be a man. I mean the whole nine.
She really went all out with her plan. I really should have had you just describe it from the beginning because you clearly remember more of the details
Yeah.
than I did.
I think her plan was the best one.
It was
And I love
great.
that it ends with just clubbing him with an Oscar.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Was
then
that part improv? I don't remember because he was turning
Well,
around to
No,
I mean, she wanted training with the baseball bat because she wanted one killing stroke,
yeah.
and
Yeah, I
like
guess
she
right.
knew that it was the the weight of the Oscar and all that. But it did feel like maybe when or how she did it was a little bit like
it was rushed. I think
rage-induced.
she wanted to
Yeah.
monologue.
Yeah.
That's the mistake everybody makes.
Don't
I
monologue.
about lost my mind because I was like, Cliff, you can't monologue. You just gotta ice this fool.
Yeah. Why monologue to someone who's not gonna be around in a few minutes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Cliff's case, he needed some signatures and shit, but whatever.
Yeah.
Still a mistake.
That's what I'm saying. It seems a lot easier to get away with murder in the 50s.
Yeah.
You just, he didn't have to follow him home and like push him into train tracks the first time. He could have followed him and like
Knife. Yeah, fucking
And everyone
knifed him.
Yeah.
was like full on being lead poisoned. So no one was thinking clearly back then anyway.
Yeah, I always, when I was a kid, I was always like, I don't understand why people don't just like put on different size shoes and then like go murder whoever they want. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
endorsing that, but I was like, I was thinking I was a smart little kid and like, oh, I bet I could figure out how to get away with murder. But it feels like in the 50s, that's about all it would take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they barely had fingerprints in the 50s. I mean, they had fingerprints in the 50s, but they didn't have like a national database that they could check by email. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you only have to worry about it if they actually get you to trial, and if they get that far, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not the McMaster's way.
And then like I said, we find out that he was dying anyway because he had been taking these pills she remembers seeing him take, and he was about to die in a few weeks, and she's like, oh, so I didn't have to do this? Like, I didn't have to go through all those classes and actually murdering someone. And she's like living kind of a weird life now because they farmed her out to do dubbed movies filmed overseas. I mean, this was the beginning of enshittification, right? Like, that's what he laid out. Like, this movie studio exec was like, hey, it sounded like David Zaslav running HBO right now. He's like, we're going to sell all our IP and just make money on the rights. And like, that's what they did with her, is they sold her to other studios. And they were like, you don't even have to learn the lines. We're going to have someone else who sounds like you dub over you.
Yeah, it's like you
Make this
fucking
movie
say the
whatever you
alphabet
want.
if you want.
Yeah. And so she's like kind of living in hell. and she's starting to wonder, can I murder this new studio executive? And I think she does ask to come back and teach at McMaster's.
She
And
does.
they said no, but I think they were considering like
So-
that there could be an opportunity at some point.
Yeah, it seems like she's a way better candidate than Gemma.
Yes. They have a good point. Like, hey, look, we taught you how to use the skills you have. Your skills of disguise and everything are not so easily transferable to just anyone. Like,
Yeah, and the acting. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
but Cliff used disguises.
But yeah, it's still Gemma. They should have. Right there in the hospital did put her out.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys don't agree,
Gem-
huh? You don't think they? You don't
How
think
dare
they
you.
should have had? They could have had just Rupert could have had just a little more teeth.
I
There at the
mean,
end.
but they are like locking her away, and I think they see like, would they be violating their own rule if they did do that? Because her mother like counts on her, right? So would an innocent person be harmed? Yes, right. Because they also offer for the mom to come to McMaster's and live, and they're like
Yeah.
giving her no money. They're like, you are helping us keep this place running because we don't have to pay you. We just have to feed you and you give you a place to stay. The place to stay already exists.
Seems nice. Seems like a beautiful place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I was some
Lots of
days.
amenities. I would fuck with that.
Right. Because what's on offer is that like you do an interesting thing in an interesting place. All your needs are taken care of.
Yep.
And you don't have to worry about retirement because someday someone will just give you a clean death.
Yeah, you would just die.
You'll
Yeah.
just die.
It's great.
And if you did a good job, you won't even know it happened. If you did a good job at working for them, they will
Yeah.
reward you with the clean death.
Yeah, dude. I would fuck with that for
Think
real.
that-
And like
I'll take that deal.
it's
Some days.
the campus is large and beautiful, and planes aren't flying overhead, right?
Yeah.
It's just it's a really good set. You've got a like Michelin
Yeah.
star chef.
A rotating cast of interesting people.
Yeah.
They essentially live in the community from The Good Place, is what it
Oh, yeah,
seems
yeah.
like.
Yeah, I
It's
suppose
just
you're
like cute little shops that are all just like, hey, spoilers for The Good Place. Cute little shops that are all just like complete farce that, they're all just theater because this McMaster, owns those. And they're just like, yeah, this is our like yogurt shop or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'd fuck with it,
Yeah, for real.
especially if Ted Danson was there. Humana.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're kind of talking about Gemma. So
Cheers.
let's go through her little situation now. Biggest obstacle for her was her boss. I don't really call her an employer. It's just somebody she works with ish.
They were peers
Right. And then the one got promoted.
because of this.
Yeah. And so she's got blackmail on Gemma, and she gave these letters to a lawyer and said, hey, if I die, send these letters out as the address. Basically, telling what Gemma did about Mercy killing her dad, who was old and sick. And something that Gemma didn't want anybody else to know. It's super taboo. She didn't want her mom's life ruined over it. So her like little story starts with trying to figure out how to swap out, Indiana Jones, those blackmail letters, right? So she does successfully do it, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's out of the way. She just can't figure
quality bank deposit box kind of heist.
Mhm.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she can't figure out how to get Adele to the river that she plans to push her into. So she has to do a last minute audible, and she goes like if there's a construction site nearby where they work, and so she parks by it, and then she like does this elaborate Rube Goldberg machine to like, I'm gonna take the convertible top off or put it on, I forget, and then it's gonna pull this string that's tied to this crowbar that's levered into these cinder blocks that's going to fall down, hopefully. I didn't like all this hopefully crap.
Yeah, it wasn't Gemma's finest work,
right.
honestly.
Right. I mean, she did like drop a concrete block from that height and she saw where it fell and then parked the car like right there. It was pretty good. But then like you're also talking about then introducing a fulcrum that could like alter the trajectory of the 4 bricks. So
I feel like basically none of that used her McMaster's education.
Yeah.
Right.
Except
Maybe
for
her
the
Lego Masters
hijinks.
education.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took the hijinksy spirit of McMaster and fucked everything else up.
Yeah. Because it seemed, I think she was, but so she acted rushed, but I think it was because she was afraid that she was being watched by McMaster's and was going to be deleted if she didn't complete her thesis on time. Like that's why she was in a rush. So I get like not coming up with a better plan, like something so hurried. It's like, well, you think you're about to die, so then better to, I don't know, try, right?
Think she's gonna hook up with
Oh, 100%.
Father
Father
Confession
Pugh.
Booth Glory Hole.
Oh my.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be something?
Confession Booth Glory Hole is another good gamer tag for you shimpies.
Turn around. I'll insert 5 beads of the rosary.
Yeah. Wow.
So she fails
Yeah,
because as she's
Was that too much for even you,
distracting-
Blake?
No, I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you.
So Gemma's distracting Adele as she's getting into the car and she's asking about things and she finds out
And stuff.
Adele's pregnant. And so as she finds this out, the concrete blocks are released. So she dives over Adele, saving Adele's life and the baby to be.
I don't remember. Adele didn't say she was pregnant, did she?
Yes, she's
Or
because
did she?
she's like, "Are you sure that he's going to propose?" And Adele says, "Oh, he better. I'm pregnant."
Just
I'll
one
skip
more
over that
reason
part.
why you don't fuck around with a monologue while you're doing a murder.
Yeah, I missed her saying that, and all I remembered was I was like, man, did Gemma just like assume she was pregnant based on her not having a ring and saying that they had to get married anyway? And be like, oh, we got to get married, so
No.
that must mean.
Yeah. So then, like did the dean show up at her bed? Yeah, the
It was
dean
Father-
showed up,
Father Pugh as well,
and
right? Or
and Father Pugh, and
Florence Pugh.
Father
Florence Pugh.
Pugh. Florence Pugh.
Father Spoo.
Father Florence Pugh, I think, is what we're talking about.
Florence
So
Spoo.
they show up and they're like, "Hey, so you did fail, but instead of deleting you, we are going to bring you to the campus to work and teach empathy." I don't know what she was supposed to teach, like morals.
She's the
and
ethics teacher now, I think.
Yeah.
or
So she's like, "Well, I can't leave my mom," and they were like, "Well, guess what? We need a cook, so your mom can come too, because her mom is a cook. I'm not being sexist."
Yes.
We need someone
and-
we need someone to vacuum the dormitories.
Yeah.
Bring your mother. A lot of the guys are having trouble washing their laundry.
It did feel a little bit. I don't know if I don't think they're supposed to be like Latina, but for some reason, like when he just started rattling off the shit that he was gonna be doing, I'm like, oh my god, like what? Like you are giving this person like very stereotypical immigrant jobs, and I don't really care for that. But I think I was just in a weird headspace. I don't think the author was like trying to be weird about it.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, he also kept calling that blob of tissue a child. So, I mean, who knows?
true.
Maybe he's trying
Well,
to sneak some shit in, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's and then they wind Gemma and Cliff reunite back at McMaster's as a new class is being welcomed in, and it's all happy endings. And then we find out that there's going to be another book. At least I did.
All right,
I don't
what's
think you guys did.
What's up with this generic ass course that Cliff is teaching?
Was like applied physics.
It's like science.
PE.
He's like science professor.
I
Like, what? This is not a real college.
I
Jim is
assume that
helping
it's
with
I assume
PE.
that it's really about like ballistics planning. Like
Right.
when I was reading through it, I assumed it was going to be, Cliff was going to be teaching people how to like bounce something off of 3 different walls and have it go right through your
Right, but everything,
victim's
all the
brain.
other courses, are like eroticism, and they're like cleverly connect, teaching
I
others to
think
pay their debts, that kind of thing.
it fits in with the dean's desire to have a well-rounded deletor. Or what do they call
No,
them?
I agree that it should be there. I'm just saying
Executive.
applied physics is just a
Executive,
college course.
No,
right,
I think
but it's going to be tailored to this.
No, I
Because
know.
not
I get that. I
everybody-
get that.
Yeah.
I get my gripe. My gripe is that why is this one not cleverly named with a
Oh,
bend,
well, it's
with a
brand
bend,
I think it
with
is.
a bend
I think it is
towards
cleverly
murder?
named. I think it's one of the most fun euphemisms in the book.
What?
Like
Applied
I think
physics?
the fact that it is so understated, I think it's very evocative of like I got a pretty clear idea in my head canon of like what kind of stuff applied physics at a murder university would entail. And I think it's very fun. But I get where you're coming from too. Like it does sound bland.
So wait, where did they say like the actual
Sorry,
name of the course? Because I see our newest science instructor, and then they say
Slava Yaga is the funniest shit I've heard all year.
our first.
I want to go as
practical
Slava
physics
Yaga for
professor.
Halloween. You're just the classic like chicken feet hanging from your neck and stuff, and then like it's just a big piece of cardboard with a hole in the middle next to you, and you're giving handies with chicken feet.
The piece of cardboard has chicken feet. I think is like it stands.
Yeah, I'm Slava Yaga.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Yukon. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I just didn't see like an actual title being given to his course. Did I miss that? Like they mentioned that he's their newest science professor and their first practical physics professor, but they didn't give it like a course name yet.
That's my point.
Well, I think that like they didn't just say like in all caps practical physics, right? They haven't given it that name yet.
Right. I'm just saying.
He probably needs the time between books to come up with a nice, clever pun.
I guess, but that's basically like if they're like, "Oh, Cliff, he's our new math professor."
Right. Addition by subtraction.
Oh, see, that's great, and that took you 2 seconds, right? And Rupert and this dude's sick clever, right? They
Yeah.
could have come up with
He
something.
could have done it.
Maybe he'll just be teaching
Improbable
multiple courses, and that's what we're waiting for. I don't know.
statistics.
Man, you're really good at this, Yukon.
How would you guys get away with murdering your employers? I can't answer because
I can't answer
Oh,
either.
yours would be really easy.
well, I mean, mine would. Yeah, I wouldn't have to get away with it. I would
Yeah,
be
just-
dead.
You'd be dead. That's your alibi. You're dead now.
I don't give a shit what happens. Take care of Becky, I guess.
Yeah. How would I get away with it?
Yeah.
Who's
I want you on record.
Yeah. Well, who would my employer be? Are we talking about like?
I don't think we should probably directly threaten your action. I mean, broadly speaking, but you're trying to make it a personalized execution. I understand that. I appreciate it.
How we want to rate the book?
Are you just gonna not answer this?
You
Yeah.
don't want to get away with murdering his employer.
I think it'd be too hard these days, man, to get away with it just with camera and phone tech, like tracking your phone. I don't think you could like get away with it really. I mean, I guess
if
you
I
can.
had an employer, I could probably push him into an airplane propeller like Indiana Jones. I could probably arrange that.
Oh yeah.
Make it look like an oopsie. There's people at my airport that hand crank their propellers. Like their airplane doesn't have a starter on it, And so they go out like a World War One pilot, and they put fucking chocks on their wheels, and they turn the mags and the gas on, and they fucking spin the propeller while they're standing in front of it, and they try to get out of the way before it actually catches and spins around and chops their fucking hands off. So, I mean, I feel like I probably arranged an accident pretty easily.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. At least
with
the
the right
hand,
people.
At least the hand getting cut off. All right, well, how do we rate what?
How do you rate the book?
11,
Out of what?
69. It's out of 10. We're not having a conversation.
we do
about it.
out of
It's always out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, you said 11, so
I did. Feeling sassy.
10 out of 10.
Are you still tracking all this, Yukon, for the end of year?
I mean,
The
I
year in
can.
review? Have
We
you
haven't
tracking
read
all
in
year? We haven't read it. We've read what, 2 books this year?
One hell of a book club we got here.
Yeah.
Let me see if what I've got here. So reading 20. I haven't even started a 2025 year in review
Wow.
Blah.
spreadsheet yet.
I've been reading a lot of the BIBLE recently, guys, and I got to tell you,
Fucking nerd.
2 out of 10. Not a lot of good stuff in there.
Well,
You,
I mean,
you didn't stray there. Chronological.
we didn't read Children
doing
of
a lot
Time
of
this
stuff.
year, did we?
What?
Children of Time was not this year. That was last year. Yikes. Okay.
Is that the Earthsea one?
No. Children of Time, Children of Ruin, Children of Memory.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this is
I like those books.
Murder.
Yeah, they were good.
Employer. Wow, it auto completed Employer for me. Nice.
My
Um,
shelf. Oh god.
I will start. I'm gonna go pretty high on this one. I'm gonna say it's really hard not to give perfect. I'm gonna say 9. Like
you're
this
doing
book,
that manager thing where like it's great, but I want it to have room to improve.
I mean, it's hard to give a book. It's hard to give a book 10. But
Well, yeah,
Rate it
I
on
can't
merit.
think
You
of
know,
any-
you don't have to compare it to every other book.
I'm not. I'm trying to think of what I would have liked better. Like the humor was great. I was there was no point in this where I dreaded picking up the book. Like I've read good books where I'm just like, man, this is a lot today.
Mm-hmm.
Like this book was a joy to read.
Did you like the ending?
Yeah, I like a happy ending.
Did you like the
getting
beginning?
tired of like, yeah,
What? Why is it not a 10?
I'm gonna
That's
give
all
it a
I'm saying.
10. I'm giving it a 10. This was a great one.
So
This
I
was a great-
rebel against that shit. You know, I deal with that
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
at
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
My
No.
boss even told me like, hey, we're specifically not allowed to give out 5s.
Yeah, I was told that by
Yeah,
human resources.
and I argued.
But they need to be very
I
rare.
managed to argue 1 5 for myself,
Hell yeah.
even though they're not supposed to do it. It was about technology related to your roles and responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every single person here asked me how to do things and how to use this tech. I'm
Yeah.
like, tell me what I need to know and where I need to improve. He's like, I can't, so I'll give you.
Yeah,
a 5.
name a technique that I need to have that I don't have already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A software that we need that I don't know how to use better than all of you. So I mean, where do you want me to improve? It's like, okay, you get a 5. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give it a 9 because I wanted Jim. Because I think not only did I want Gemma to die, I think she should have. I think that was he gave her the wrong conclusion.
I don't know why you're so horny for Jim to die just for your fucking perverted obsession with the rules of McMaster.
Hey man, I think it matters. I think it's because Haro was a softie, and that's why they had that. That's why they killed Haro
Yeah,
at the
gotta
end.
wax
Well,
him.
then I would say Gemma was a softie.
Yeah, that's why she should have died.
Yeah. We have no room at McMaster's for weaklings.
If the assistant dean was the dean, Gemma would have been toast. I don't even think they would have. Actually, they probably would have approved her thesis earlier on because they just would. That's the problem, right? Is the dean wants to pump people through, pow, 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 teach them one
Assistant
thing and get
dean.
them out of here.
The
Yeah, the
assistant
assistant dean.
But I stand by my reasoning why I think them leaving Gemma alive was good. Like, no, they weren't just going to let her lead a free life. Like, they couldn't afford to do that.
You said her mom needed her. What do you mean? How?
I think they her mom like relied on her for her livelihood.
Didn't her
Like,
mom
I
make a
don't-
lot of money when their dad died?
I think you might be thinking of Liliana.
Correct.
Oh,
No,
which we didn't talk about.
because Adele mentions in some of her snarky comments like, oh, like it doesn't hurt that you got that money from your dad passing either, huh?
Oh, I mean, unless she just used that to take care of her mom. I don't know. I'm just saying, yes, an innocent person. In the same way that she afforded mercy to Adele because of the baby, the dean is affording mercy to Gemma because of her mom. Like, it's a very similar passing on of mercy, but it's not like free. They're saying you're basically going to live in prison. Now, it is McMaster's, but you can't leave. You can't go anywhere. Like, this is, you don't have any freedoms anymore. And she accepted it. So it's not like a guilt-free thing.
Look, I want Gemma dead. I want swamp demons. These are just things that I want.
I like an epicanthic fold.
Sue me. Right? Oh, what a classic. Why is that one such a classic?
What is that from?
It's a show.
Here?
It's a self-important. It's a Blake quote from like 3 years ago or something.
We asked Bob what he would look for in a woman if his wife died, and
Oh my
his
God.
response made it pretty clear that
It would be an Asian woman.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Blake, what do you give?
you got tight.
I'm very torn, and I'm glad that you guys were having this argument about rating systems, because I think this book sort of highlights an issue that we have with the rating systems, which is that there's more than one way to like evaluate a book, of course.
Okay.
And I feel like sometimes, depending on my mood, I will be like, well, I can't think of any points to deduct from it, so it's a 10. And some days I will also come out and be like, I just enjoyed the hell out of this book and I got nothing bad to say about it. But like, also, Between Two Fires exists, so like 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. And actually, I've been guilty of that. I was guilty of that for a long time, and I think mine was K, right? Where I'm like, well, it's no Guy Gabriel K, even though I really liked it, so I can't give it a 10 if I gave that a 10. But then I had to change eventually and be like, okay, I'm just going to judge each book. Just, it's all judged on merit by the book alone, isolated. I try to go there. I think it's more fair because I mean, there's so many stories,
There are, but I mean,
and as soon as it's a slippery slope anyway, right? As soon as we say like, okay, this book's not as good as Between Two Fires, then was the next book that's a 10, but it's not as good as Rupert Holmes.
Yeah. So today I'm feeling in a 10 kind of mood, and I think this book was great for me in the spot that I'm at in my life, which is not that I want to kill my employer. It is that I just I've been real busy and I needed something fun and light, and every time I turned this book on, it was like, dude, this is awesome. I'm like really glad to be listening to this book at the moment. So no complaints. It was very fun. I love a sort of, I wouldn't exactly call this like a super dark humor, but I love a little dark humor. I love playing around with
it's a half turn towards the dark.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of heart expected, especially because the first half I felt like was very like the sort of found art aspect of it was a lot more like front facing in the first half of the book. So the first half of the book, I was like, oh man, we're going to be like reading diary entries for these people this whole time. And I was very glad that like, the author kept that voice, but still, by the end of the book, I like was really invested in the characters, and I was really appreciating the style that the stories were told in. So yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Think it was a wonderful book. I'll give it a 10, man. I'll give it
Oh,
a
you
10.
give it a 10. Okay.
Feeling tinsy today.
Yeah.
He's feeling tenorous.
Nice. Yeah. I definitely think, and I think it bears out in our collective ratings that I would say as a group, maybe one of the books we've enjoyed the most.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
I don't know if we rated, I think we all rated Mercy of God's pretty high, except for Rich. I think we gave Children of Time. I think we all gave the first Children of Time a perfect 10.
Hell yeah, it was a perfect 10.
And second one pretty high, last one not so. But yeah, dope.
I really wanted to give this one a 10, guys. The ending. I didn't like the ending.
Yeah. That's fine.
Wish I did.
That's okay. You know what? We're all flawed. We're all flawed. None of us is perfect. Not one, Ken.
I'm choosing to view the ending like an 80s rom-com ending, where it's just like it's goofy as shit. They're playing like aha as it fades to black, and then like Cliff, like does one fist in the air sort of a thing.
So you want to be like,
It's just hokey, like it
don't
wasn't.
you forget about me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Look
fine.
at us, men of
But
culture.
why are you guys okay? Like, I cared that Dulcia's story would end happy and it didn't.
The world is fucked up. I want a
Yeah.
happy ending.
The world is a vampire.
Yeah,
How much did I sound like Billy Corgan there?
so much. You look
Mhm.
like him.
You did it.
The world is a vampire.
Oh wow! Without the pop filter.
Yeah.
It's a bold move.
Fellas, guess what? We get the next Mercy of God's book, I think next April.
When
And it's
think that's
just vampire until then.
into
No,
my
it's not.
now.
No, I
We're
think
almost
we're,
next, right?
we're starting to
Boys.
read again.
Brum.
Are we starting this read right here? The evil
Yeah,
in me?
I don't have it yet though. Oh,
What is that?
Oh, what a
Dude.
Oh, I think
gooner.
I've got that one.
dude, look, I've been in the Barnes and Noble twice and didn't have it. And each time I came to Barnes, I went down to Blue Stocking first, and they were closed both times. Man, tell those fuckers to open the shop.
Read. Let
Do
me
they have them in
look.
stock there? Do you know?
You can ask. I know someone who will know.
Hardcover.
Do you want to see our preview? Dark.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
I forget
little
why,
baby
but we
skulls.
didn't read much last year. Why did we not read much last year?
I probably
We just read.
whined about it.
We read slow.
We did.
We did like
We did
6
Children
weeks.
of Time.
We did a lot
did
of 6
Mercy
and 8
of
week books.
Gods. Yeah. Christmas
I'm ready to-
Guest, Lesser Dead. That was really it.
Yeah, I'm ready to just get back to pushing the envelope a little bit, or pushing the pace a little bit. I like a month on a book.
Yeah. Same.
And it
And
wasn't
this year,
a challenge,
this year I've got us down for. We read Live Suit together.
Yeah.
It was the James S.A. Corey joint.
James sexual assault Corey.
Oh God.
They should really change that.
Really got to do something about that.
And then we read,
Especially since everyone calls it an essay now to avoid saying the words.
Make it an RR.
we read A Court of Mist and Fury.
You say
And
James
now-
Hard R Corey? Is that what you said?
Oh my God.
That's not better than James S.A. Corey.
No.
Murder.
No.
James Corey.
James Cora. Ray. That ain't right, dude.
What? It's not a racist joke to make fun of racists.
Yeah. I don't care for racists. I know it's
No.
controversial opinion these days.
It-
I don't like
it
them.
is. I don't know why.
I'd rather not share space with them.
Yeah. It's because right wingers are betas.
Bunch of cucks.
Beta male cucks. Fucking snowflake. Pimple dicks.
Wow, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Notices bulge. Ooh.
Ooh, woo. Notice this bulge. If you're reading this, you're gay.
All right, we gotta go off here.
Yeah.
We did it. Thanks for
We
watching
did it.
Shelter
Hey.
Report.
We did it. Thank you,
Skip,
soaking
but it-
shimp shocks.
I might try to get right to our old song again because it was a really solid intro and exit song. Hey, we did it. You
You guys want to see my shelf and tell for today?
Yeah,
I told you guys I've been reading the Bible a lot
right.
because I'm just looking for meaning in my life.
Disappointing.
I know it's sad. And I've been like in it enough that I like have.
Did you want to be
wa-
live during this now still?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I've been like in it enough that I have been like wanting to be able to like pick up a book and like flip through it. But I was like, surely we got like a dozen Bibles. Let's go grab one. And I went and like looked in my book list. We have like an NIV, which I wouldn't be caught dead reading the NIV. I'm a scholar. And then there was like the children's NIV, basically. And those are the only two Bibles that I could find in my house. I'm like, what the fuck did I do with all my Bibles? And I've literally been looking for a Bible and like checking and rechecking. And I'm like, surely I missed one somewhere. And on my like third check of the same bookcase, I found in an unlabeled box that Becky custom made for this book, the New Oxford Annotated Study Bible of the NRSV with Apocrypha.
Well,
and
you
I was
lucked
like, holy shit, this is like exactly the Bible that I would have bought if I was going to go buy one. So I still need to ask Becky if it's okay that I stole it for my dark purposes.
Yeah. I like this song more. The more I listen to it.
Oh yeah, it's great. If we switched back to the other song, we're gonna miss this one. And if we don't use the vampire song every week, we're gonna miss that too. I already do.
The baby will be born dead.
Fellas, I'm up to
I'll make you
9.
into my puppet.
Have you listened to his Jack the Ripper song? I like that one too. What were we saying, Yukon?
I'm up to 19 books read this year.
Golly gee.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've sent about
I've
that
got-
many emails this year.
I only 3 of them this year have been comic books, or collected comic book volumes. I normally pad my stats with a bunch of those.
Oh
but
yeah,
this year I've-
that's your dump stat.
yeah, that's my dump stat. Like I did jump back into Invincible again. I got a copy from the library again, but
None of that is what dump stat means. I apologize for having brought it up.
But I did read. I had heard that the new Supergirl movie is based on the story Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So I checked that out, and it was pretty good. It was a little out there, but it could be a fun movie.
Did you have a dog or a cat?
Dog.
Nice.
Dog. I mean, I thought his name Crypto, which I thought is the name of Superman's dog.
It is
Right?
the name of Superman's dog. I think she stole it from him.
Probably.
I'm super not up on. Are you saying pussy and doing ASMR while we're still on air?
Yeah, you asked if Supergirl had a dog or a cat. Come on,
Yeah, no,
somebody had to be Bob for us.
No, that's true. How's that? We
Another Diet Mountain Dew.
we rag on that whole time.
What happened?
So
We rag on the what? You froze up, man.
we rag on the homie for being all sniffly, but you and I have both been sniffling into the microphone this whole time.
Yeah, but we're here, so he gets ragged on.
That's true.
That's how it happens every time you miss. I gotta
My-
make fun of you a little bit.
My dad's group of friends who are all super classy dudes who I'm super close with now because they're all have super good takes on politics, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Uh-huh.
They had this like going tradition. It's still in force. anytime they like hang out, they'll do like a camp out over like long weekends and shit, or they have their like airplane retreat thing. Anytime they hang out, if there's like somebody from the group that's not there, they will like call that person, put it on speakerphone, and then they sing this song that I think they probably got from like Bob and Tom, right? But they'll go, I like say if Rich isn't if Rich wasn't here and this was our friend group, it'd be like we call Rich and be like, I, Rich is a pussy, and then they just sing that song.
Oh, nice.
And that's one of the beautiful things about growing up in America.
So you said that was their going
shit like that.
tradition. Do they have a coming tradition?
Well, yeah, but it's all very drunk and hazy, because they drink a lot and then jerk each other off, I assume.
They just go through old Truth social feeds of the January 6th insurrection and like, oh. Watch when they smash the window.
Like, hey man, I just got the new Real Tree catalog.
Do they all hang out individually in their trucks and FaceTime each other with those sunglasses on and their hats? And
no,
like,
these aren't
yell
really
at their
that not really that style of hillbilly.
No.
All
Yeah.
right, guys, intro song's over.
Yeah.
Next
I gotta pee really
time,
bad.
it's going to be some stuff that we read. It's going to be Evil in Me by Brahm.
Probably the first half of it, I would guess.
Oh, gosh. Hope I can get my book soon enough. I might have to.
I'll check. I'll
I'll
text
see.
you.
I'll try.
I'll let
All
you
right.
know. I got
All
some
right.